Welcome to my crazy ultra wide lens. Yes, I did get this lens on Black Friday. I recently have had a bit of a lifestyle change. I went traveling for a bit and then realized how stationary I usually am. I've mentioned this before. I go from the bed to here. That's my life. On my recent trip, I walked around a lot. My boyfriend has like a fitness tracker watch thing, and it tracked us as having taken 20 to 30,000 steps a day. I'm going to guess, because I am quite a bit shorter than him, that I probably walked more than that. That was a bit of a wake-up call, because I was like, wow, that means that when I'm at home, I really don't move very much. I also noticed how much I was sitting. I've switched into this setup you see here for more than a month. I wanted to kind of test run it first before I like get all excited and show you guys. It is the exact same space. The bed situation is the same. I just use it as like a larger workspace. You notice I don't take out to the Flute. There's always the possibility that I will want to just kind of hop into bed and read on my phone or something like that. It's very, very dangerous to have your Flute out like this. So I actually always put my Flute away if I am not teaching. There have been some days where my lessons were spread out and I ended up putting away my Flute like 3 or 4 times. I figured that it only takes like 20 seconds to put away the Flute and even wipe it down quickly. Taking an extra 20 seconds here and there to do that, I think is worth it. This is a stand-up desk converter that I just got off of Amazon. It took me a while to find this one because I needed it to be well reviewed. I needed it to fit on my desk because my desk is not actually that big. This desk is only I think like 48 inches or something like that. It's quite small actually for a desk that you work at every single day. I needed it to have enough space for my 2 lights here, which I use for when I am teaching, because I teach using this iPad here. This is my keyboard. As you can tell, it's actually pretty long for a keyboard. Most keyboards pretty much just end here. So it's actually really difficult to find a stand-up converter that was wide enough down here plus had extra space for my mouse. This also has a holder here for like you can put your phone. You can actually put your iPad here too. When in doubt, my phone is here. Oh gosh, you see all those disgusting oil marks. I can even put it here to watch something while I'm working. Sometimes you end up watching a video somewhere else in the house and you bring it back with you into the room. An interesting thing that this stand-up converter did for me was that it actually raised the height of these speakers. I noticed that the sound is a lot better. You see how it's actually pointing up now, whereas before it's actually like pointed down to my chest because it was so low. It used to be at the same level as my keyboard. These are actually really cheap speakers. I got them I think last year's Black Friday. As you can see, my entire setup is basically Black Friday sales. Webcam's the same, this thing is the same. The only thing different is that this iPad stand actually clips onto the back of the top level of this stand-up converter. I still have my tripod here, but I don't actually film here anymore because the lighting is so bad at this time of year. It is December now. You guys can look back at my videos in November and see just how bad the lighting was in those. Seattle, okay? Technically, you're not supposed to put anything under here, so I just put some unimportant things. I have a book here. I actually found this at the thrift store, Call of the Wild, which I haven't actually read in school, so I was like, oh, I should read that. Random moisturizer, flashlight, water bottle, a little jewelry box here. Got some stuff from some weddings that we attended here. Glasses. This is from a charity stair climb that I did with my boyfriend. This guy is still in the same, well, similar location. I think I had to move this. Having this microphone stand clip over here did not actually allow enough space for this whole boom arm. By the way, this thing is really cheap. I think it was only like 15 bucks on Amazon. It is, as my friend likes to say, made of the best Chinesium. Yes, it is made in China. I actually leave it somewhere around here. So this way, when I game, actually, my friends can hear me very clearly. This is what I see when I am standing here to edit, play games and stuff like that. It has really been very good for my posture, because you can see how when I go like this, do you see how my wrist is actually straight now, whereas before I was doing that, which is not good. That pinches a nerve and, you know, in there gives you carpal tunnel. You don't want any of that. Look at that. Very nice, right? My arm is actually at a 90-degree angle now. What's really funny is that, like, I thought that I would want to sit sometimes. I have found myself standing 100% of the time now. It's actually less comfortable to sit now. I never thought that that would be the case. One of the things that has helped me stand for a long time is this thing. This is an anti-fatigue mat that I just bought on Amazon again. When it came in and I put it here and started using it, John actually came in, and John is my boyfriend, so John actually came in and tried it. He likes the feel of it, but he actually told me that some of his coworkers actually have this exact same mat. It's actually pretty cheap on Amazon, well reviewed, seems like it's gonna last a long time, and it's served me very, very well for a month now, and it doesn't even really look like it's been used. And I've stood on this all day, every day for a month. This whole setup here has greatly improved my posture, just regular posture, not flute posture or anything. I don't slouch as much. I've noticed actually less shoulder pain. I've also noticed less lower back pain because I think I'm finally working at the computer with proper posture. Some really nice kind of side effects of standing while I'm working is that I can move around. Like, I'm not stuck to a chair and there's not like a chair that's just kind of in the way. The chair is over there now. I don't know what to do with it right now. It's become my extension of my closet. It's not just because I was lazy with my laundry, which is only a very small percentage of this pile. It's that now I have started to go for walks. Since I walked a lot during that trip, we took the trip actually in October, I got to a point where I could walk for like an hour and not get sore in the least. And I didn't want to lose that. So I have kept up my walking just around the neighborhood where I live every day. At the very least, I try to get in half an hour. Right now, I'm aiming for about 1.5 to 2 hours of walking a day. And let me tell you guys, it's done so much for me. You know how I've been having a lot of like teaching revelations and stuff like that recently? I do attribute part of that to clearing my head by going for walks. I would say that all of my video ideas now come from the walks. So the walks are not just good for my health, like my physical health, but it's actually been working really well for my creativity. It's enhanced my teaching because I teach with a much clearer head now. I don't know, maybe it's because the act of going out for a walk removes me from this space here. It's either here or the kitchen downstairs because food. There's something about that prevents me from getting too far into my own head, if that makes sense. It just makes me think a lot more rationally, logically. I'm far less moody. Obviously, I still have emotions, but I'm not as emotional. I don't make decisions rashly. Going out for walks is just really good for me. Beyond that, physically, it's really helped my digestion. Some of you, if you've been watching my videos for a while, will know that my digestion has been very interesting for a lot of my life. I've had acne problems, and you know, actually just recently I was looking at some old videos and some old photos of myself, and I just noticed like how broken out I was. I guess I was so used to acne that I didn't realize how bad it was. I have no makeup on right now. This is the clearest my skin has ever been. I used to have to take like the high potency digestive enzymes. I don't have to take them anymore because I go for these walks and I like actually burn off what I eat. I do think it probably has an effect on my skin. For any of you who have switched from the sitting life to the standing life, I think you'll know what I mean. It's like when you're standing, you're actually more prone to walk around. It takes a lot less effort to go out for a walk. There's not this like physical chair, I guess, between me and getting my jacket and going outside for a walk. Instead now, as I was saying before, my jackets and my scarf, my hat, you can see my umbrella is there too. You're probably like, what the heck? Like that's a lot of clothes. I'm in Pacific Northwest and it is December right now. It is cold, not as cold as some other places can get, but it does get cold. So you do need to layer up when you go outside. Now because I'm standing here, I'm standing and I'm working. It's really easy for me to just walk here, put on a bunch of layers, grab my umbrella, and just head out. By the way, if you guys see this crazy mess here, it's because it is December. Some of this stuff is rehearsal stuff. Some of these are gifts for my family and my friends. Excuse the mess. This setup here, guys, has been life-changing. Also, by the way, you see that I've left the stool there. Sometimes I will actually put it here. This becomes a second workspace. Where's my laptop? I think my laptop is downstairs right now. I actually do need a second screen, but as you can see, I don't have space for that right now. So sometimes I put my laptop here. Over here is usually where this extension cord is. I just have to pull the extension cord out here right now because it needs to be long enough to plug in all my lights and stuff. So I'll actually like hook up my laptop here and run it into there, and this becomes my second monitor. It's like the most jank setup for like a double monitor, multi-monitor screen situation. I'm already kind of doing it with the iPad here. It just makes it so much easier to have my students over here, and then I can use this whole screen for music and for notes. Sometimes I want something else to be open on the side, like emails or whatever, and then I can have that over here. One day, guys, I will have actual double monitor plus this. It'll happen, but right now it's not, so we have to work with what we've got. If you're watching this video for inspiration, you don't have to do this. You can even just have like a cardboard box. Anything works, guys. I do really love the changes that I've made in this workspace. I feel happier. I feel more creative. Some of you have noticed that I'm more energetic in my videos too. I do think that comes from just walking a whole lot, but I also think that it is in combination with the fact that I've changed how I even work. I'm very much not locked down anymore. If you are like me and you can stand like this, then I encourage it. Obviously, if you have like a physical limitation, please don't push yourself to do this. This is just for those of you who are like me and need to be able to move around like this. Having things crowd the space in the middle of a space makes me feel really claustrophobic, and I actually kind of think that that's what my chair was doing. Here, let's not do a boob shot. You see how this whole space here is empty? In the middle, at least. I'm not an interior designer, so I don't know why this works and feels bigger to me. So one day I am going to get rid of that chair. I have just simply not been using it anymore. So there you go, guys. This is my new working setup. This setup is not as expensive as it could be. The stand-up converter I think was 175 or something like that. I think it was under 200 when I bought it because I bought it on sale too. The iPad stand is also pretty cheap. I think that thing was like 20-ish bucks. This thing was like 15 bucks. This pop filter was like 5 bucks. The speakers, I got them on sale for like 25 bucks. And I didn't get all of this all at once. I think that's what I want to stress for those of you guys who are building a home studio. This is spread out over many Black Fridays. What I would suggest is that you guys kind of map out what you need first and build from there and wait for the Black Fridays and Cyber Mondays. Okay, it's worth it. Anyway, I've blabbed enough. I hope this was helpful. If it was not helpful, I at least hope that I satiated some of your I know some of you are a little bit nosy about how it looks kind of behind the scenes here. Maybe not the most exciting video, but it's the part of my life that is very involved with YouTube. So I figured that it'd be interesting for you guys to know. And also, it's actually kind of fun for me to document this for myself. Time for my YouTube outro. If you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Hit subscribe for new videos every Saturday. And then hit the bell icon because YouTube is broken. You can watch my last video, which is playing over here, which I will put a link to up here for you guys. If you want to follow me on my social media, they're listed down below. You can also hang out with me about every other Friday-ish on Patreon. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.